During the late 1950s and 1970s, a British film studio by the name of Hammer Films brought new life to the legendary vampire Count Dracula. Their take on this classic tale breathed fresh terror into the character, redefining the vampire genre forever. At the heart of this spine-tingling reimagining was the legendary Christopher Lee, who donned the cape as Count Dracula. His portrayal was suave, seductive, and sinister, and it gave audiences a Dracula unlike anything they had ever seen before. Opposite Lee, we had the incomparable Peter Cushing as the fearless vampire hunter Van Helsing. Their on-screen chemistry was electrifying, creating unforgettable battles between good and evil. These films were known for their stunning gothic settings, vibrant red blood, and the iconic Hammer horror atmosphere. They left an indelible mark on the horror genre, influencing countless other vampire stories to come. So join me in this journey through the shadowy pages of cinematic history as I delve into the dark, enchanted world of Hammer horror's Dracula. In the dimly lit realms of horror cinema, one film stands tall as an enduring beacon of gothic excellence. Released in 1958, Dracula, directed by Terrance Fisher, redefined the vampire genre and left an indelible mark on the world of classic horror. This review takes you on a journey into the heart of darkness to explore the timeless brilliance of this classic masterpiece. At the core of this cinematic triumph is the legendary Christopher Lee, whose portrayal of Count Dracula is nothing short of mesmerizing. Lee's towering presence combined with his magnetic charisma and piercing gaze brings the iconic vampire to life with a chilling authenticity that sends shivers down your spine. When we first see Count Dracula, he's a towering figure on the stairs, and even the way he walks down the stairs, there's just something commanding about Lee's portrayal. At first, he greets Jonathan Harker with a polite manner, showing no signs of suspicion. The next, he's a bloodthirsty creature of the night, and Lee plays both parts tremendously. He plays the evil Dracula with immense force. Christopher Lee will always be my favourite actor to have portrayed the character. Opposite Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing shines as Professor Van Helsing, the fearless vampire hunter. Cushing's performance is a testament to his acting talents, as he brings intelligence, resolve, and the unwavering determination needed to combat the supernatural forces of evil. Alongside Cushing is Michael Gough, who plays Arthur Homewood. At first, his character is skeptical about the dark forces of evil, but in time he learns the truth and comes to accept the fact. The film also features the characters Lucy Westenra, Mina Harker, and Jonathan Harker, although some changes have been made. In Bram Stoker's novel, Arthur is engaged to Lucy and Jonathan is engaged to Mina. In the film, however, Arthur is married to Mina and Jonathan is engaged to Lucy. Another change is that Jonathan goes to Castle Dracula in order to kill the Count, knowing full well that he's a vampire, but he's unsuccessful and becomes a vampire himself. In the novel, Jonathan travels to see Count Dracula in order to help him purchase a property in London. But the Dracula story has been reused and recycled so many times that these changes don't take me out of the film. The film's meticulous attention to detail extends beyond the impeccable cast. The set design, costumes, and special effects capture the essence of the Victorian era, creating a visually stunning world that transports the audience back in time. Also, this was the first Dracula movie to be filmed in colour, and it shows. It's absolutely wonderful. Before we're even introduced to any characters of the film, we see Dracula's tomb as bright red blood drips onto it. Now that we have a Dracula movie in colour, this is the perfect time to discuss the amount of blood shown on screen. For today's standards, it's pretty tame, but for 1958 I think audiences were shocked at the amount of blood shown and the fact that it's now in colour. The script, adapted from Bram Stoker's novel by Jimmy Sangster, although not a page-by-page adaptation, still holds up. There's not a single dull moment in Dracula. Each scene featuring the Count will have you mesmerised thanks to Christopher Lee's tremendous performance, and he does this with barely speaking any dialogue. Come the sequel, Dracula Prince of Darkness, he didn't say a single word, but I'll get to that in time. Peter Cushing is so wonderful in this movie also. Every word he says you truly believe, and the climactic fight between Dracula and Van Helsing still remains to this day as the greatest showdown that Hammer horror ever gave the Count. In conclusion, Dracula from 1958, directed by Terrance Fisher, is a cinematic treasure that has stood the test of time, continuing to inspire and terrify generations of viewers. With its exceptional performances, atmospheric world building, and a sense of dread that never seems to disappear, the classic remains a shining example of Gothic horror cinema. So dare to enter the dark realm of Count Dracula, for this is an immortal masterpiece that will leave you thirsting for more.